Greetings, blessings, and peace to you all. Welcome. Once more we speak with you. Once more we bring you a message. And once more we bring you our love, our blessings, our light, and our benevolence for you to blossom and prosper, for you to thrive in these times when it seems like many things are changing and rapidly. When you have a sense, perhaps, that there is something coming, there is something big, something that will change your life forever, something that will change the nature of your world. And so it is because of this that we wish to come to you and let you know that when you hold that energy of love and positivity in your heart, when you choose only the highest potential, when you choose to see everything as if the cloud has a silver lining and there is a rainbow somewhere that is hiding behind the clouds, ready to come out. When you understand and know that whatever challenge there is that faces you, that this too shall pass, and that as long as you maintain your trust, you will be protected, you will be guided, you will be led to make the right decision in every moment, the right decision for you, the right decision for your highest calling, and the correct decision for the highest good of the whole. Because these are all interconnected. There is truly no separation. When you come from the place of your heart, when you tune into your highest self and you listen to your intuition, you will always be guided. When you make a commitment to work upon something in your life that you feel has been bothering you for so long, and you take the steps, you will achieve success. You must not give up. You must not stop holding that space for everything to work for the highest good. As long as you maintain a positive attitude, as long as you are able to see through the clouds and through the illusions, you will be able to come out with shining colors. In fact, we hold it very important for you that you have a practice, that each day you find a way to connect with the earth beneath, connect with Father Sky above, you connect with your guidance, and you connect with your body, connect with your breath, and connect with the heart. We recommend placing your right hand on your heart and then your left upon your right, and that creates a 3-in-1. Your heart, your masculine side, your feminine side, 3-in-1. You are bringing together the elements of your masculine and your feminine. You are bringing together the past, the future, the above and the below. You are bringing together everything that your heart desires and the manifestation of that through the alchemy of breath, of intention, and of commitment. And so when your life becomes a continual practice of staying present in the moment, of staying in your heart, of trusting, and of knowing that each time you have a feeling, your heart tells you a message, whether you can go in this direction or not, whether a person who shows up in your life is trustworthy or not for you, and whether your course of action is the correct one. And if you are at a crossroads, There is no need to rush. There is no need to worry. You take your moment, you take your breath, and you have patience, and you wait. And you wait until you are clear. We do not wish for you to make decisions when you are not clear. Clarity is the greatest gift you offer to the world, because your clarity is like the light that you carry. The light is clear, and it surrounds you, and it comes from within you. It pours down into you from above through your crown. It pours up from Mother Earth into your heart and reaches up to connect with Father Sky, with the heavens, with your place of origin. And so you become one with who you are by establishing this vertical column. This vertical column is your longitude. And your heart, as it sends out light, and as it weaves the hearts of others into a fabric with yours through the threads that each one's heart has, you start to grow your horizontal wings. And as your wings are solid and steady, instead of wishy-washy and ephemeral, because you have clarity, you will begin to fly. Imagine flying. Imagine what it feels like to be free of the density, free of gravity, free of being so serious and worrying, free of taking yourself so seriously, so personally. You imagine when you get triggered that there's something wrong with you, or that perhaps there is a thing that you have not been able to come to terms with, and that it is a great weak spot within you. And yet it is your teacher. It is that place within you where your next step is being asked. You are asked to examine every single thought, every single word, every single action, and especially every single belief system, because that is what makes up the nature of your reality through your belief systems. And so when you decide that some issue that you are working with, maybe it's anger or sadness or loss, or perhaps you have been betrayed, or you feel lonely, you feel hungry for love, you feel hungry for companionship, you feel that you are not making it and the money is never enough. And so it's important to stop and not project and not make assumptions and not go outside of yourself, but address within you that issue. Face your fear and ask it, what are you trying to tell me? What is it that you remind me of? What is it that happened to me sometime in my childhood, perhaps, where something triggered a deep sense of fear? And how can I learn my lesson from that deep sense of fear that I wish to hide from, that I do not wish to acknowledge or feel? And you decide, I am going to sit down, I'm going to feel my fear. I'm going to ask my fear, what's the worst thing that can happen? I can die. I can have a tremendous amount of dis-ease. I can have all sorts of things. And yet, I am an immortal soul. I am eternal and infinite. I am universal. Perhaps I will suffer. And if I do suffer, it will be nothing new, because I am familiar with suffering, Suffering is part of one of the great truths that the Buddha even referred to, that suffering comes from resistance. Suffering comes from knowing and not following through. Suffering comes from you not trusting. Suffering comes from your judgments, especially your judgments of self. For when you understand that you are perfect just the way you are, and that everything you do with good intention will find its mark in some way, and that you will be able to find that place of forgiveness, that place of equanimity, that place and sense that everything is working for a higher good, because indeed, this is our message for you. Everything that you are experiencing now is arriving at your doorstep for you to cross that threshold into a new vibration. And that new vibration transcends the old suffering. It will become the vibration of ease and of grace, of abundance, of joy, of cooperation and harmony, and deep, deep sense of satisfaction. Because we are asking you to become the spiritual warriors, we teach the path of the spiritual warrior, of being impeccable, of examining everything, and we mean everything, whether it comes from you or it comes from another. We wish you to know and we wish you to understand that this book, that this one here has written, The Path of the Spiritual Warrior, was written and came through him in order to bring you a solid groundwork of teaching, of very practical ways in which you can navigate these difficult times. And the only reason they are difficult is because they are asking you to learn how to navigate and transcend all challenge, because all challenge is only an opportunity. It's an opportunity to see through an illusion that you have held as a belief system, whether it be about yourself or about others. It helps you to find that place of your own inner self-authority, and it asks you to have a daily practice. It asks you to be aware of your body, to be aware of what your body wants and needs for its highest good. When you put into it substances that are toxic to the system, when you allow yourself to be treated by authority figures whom you trust and yet are betraying your trust all the time, those who are the ones who wish to be in control, who wish to be able to have you become their slaves, to become consumers, to become worker bees for somebody's pocket, you are not being true to your calling. When you listen to the garbage that is spouted on the news, that is being inculcated into the collective, that many and most people believe, it takes courage to stand out from the crowd. It takes courage to know your own place, your own truth. It takes great courage to say, no, I will not go along with what you are telling me or asking me. It goes against my conscience. It goes against my highest self's understanding of what for me is right or not right. And it goes against my intuition, which is telling me, no, I must not go there. I must not do this. I must not believe this. And so you have to become impeccable with yourself, for this is the path of the spiritual warrior. It is the way. It is the great Tao. It is the way of being true to a higher purpose, a higher vision, a higher understanding, and a higher knowing. And your heart is the organ of this knowing. Instead of listening to your mind as it goes around in loops, as it tells you all the stories you were told when you were a child, that you are not good enough, that you do not deserve, that you cannot have and you cannot achieve and you cannot find. All the things that the adults in your life growing up did not understand for themselves, that these they inherited from their parents, and so on up or down the line through the ancestors who were taught that life is hard, that life was a struggle, that there can be no joy, that you have to slog. Oh, misery. Always talking about the weather. Is it going to rain today, dear? Oh, let's have a cup of tea. At least a cup of tea. Find that cup of tea or whatever it is for yourself. Don't go to the alcohol. Don't go to the substances. They numb you out and they open holes in your aura. Go to your cup of tea or go to your friend and ask them to give you a hug or do something that brings you joy. Find the brightness, find the joy and the peace and the delight in beauty, in nature, in clear, pure water, in healthy, organic food. Find your joy in playing. Find your joy in music, in dance, in art, in expression. Don't lock yourself into a square box of a room with a computer and let all those radiations bombard you constantly and affect your immune system. Find ways to be free. Find ways to breathe easily. Let go of stress and worry. Feel those shoulders as they rise and let them go. Allow yourself and your shoulders to get soft. Feel the downpouring of golden light from above pouring into you through a column of light every day, pouring like a shower into every cell to bring it light and healing, filling each organ with light, with love. We are pouring this gold down into you. All of the cosmos is pouring its light onto the earth from the great central sun. All of those beings that you look to as gods, as goddesses, as divinity, all those that love you are pouring light into this planet. This light is for you. Call it in, embrace it, embody it, let it perfuse your whole being and fill that column with that golden light all the way down to your heart, and fill that heart, that chalice in the center of your heart with this golden love and light, and send it down to Mother Earth and feel her love rising to your heart and up to heaven, creating this dance between heaven and earth. And then send your light out. Surround yourself with a golden sphere of light for protection, a semi-permeable membrane that allows your light to radiate out, your love to shine, but does not allow any negativity, any harm to come in through that membrane. Every day, place that sphere around you and radiate the light that is pouring in. Send it to those places, those people who are still lost in darkness, in confusion, conflicted, scared, tired, hungry, homeless, no food. Send your light and your love and your blessings to those who are ill, to those who have had harm done to them, and those who have done harm. Find a way to forgive. Heal your own life, your own lineage, your own ancestry. Send light backwards and forwards in time to your ancestors. They are hungry for light. Many of them have believed in struggle, in hardship. They have believed in poverty. You have taken vows of poverty in many lifetimes. 'Tis time to let go of the past. Learn the lessons and then let go of the suffering. Let go once you find that you have learned, and take that on your journey as you cross the next threshold. As you open the door to your new life, the new life will look so different from the old that you will hardly recognize it. And yet, if you follow a committed path, if you do a practice, it can be as simple as yoga or dance or hiking or running. It can be whatever your heart resonates with. We recommend that you sit in stillness and watch your breath and watch your thoughts as a basic practice if you do not have one. Honor your water, bless it before you drink it. Take a glass and hold it to the light and call in the great divine source of that which has created this life-giving substance. And then enjoy every gulp, every drop. It is blessed with your love, with your light. And if you have purified the water and you have put your energy and your prayers into it, even better, it will serve you. Do the same with your food. Give gratitude for everything. Know who you are. You are the expression of God's love. Let this be your bottom line. I am the expression of God's love. Nothing can harm me when I trust that my divine guidance will always keep me safe. I am surrounded by angels. I am surrounded by guides. I am within my heart filled with their presence. My guidance is within and without. I trust it because I have watched and I have noticed that when I trust it, it works for me. Find yourself a way to test, positive or negative. Is something good for me or not? Use kinesiology, your fingers. Use your fingers like this, like that. You're swaying backwards and forwards. Use a pendulum. Find yourself a system for checking, is this beneficial for my highest good, for my body's health, or is it not? Find a way to test for yourself all the substances you place within you, all the food substances, all the fluids, the liquids, everything that you put in your body, make sure it is healthful. Do not ever again decide to eat sugar. Sugar is a poison. Sugar is a means of keeping you enslaved through addiction. It is one of the most addictive substances on the planet. It was introduced for control. See how many items on the shelves you can find that do not contain sugar. You will be surprised how pervasive it is, and you already know how addictive it is. Be aware. Listen. It is good when you have communication with another to pay attention to what they are saying by listening, by absolutely giving them your full attention until they are complete. And then you can have your say. You will find that when you listen to people, when you pay attention, they will want to be around you more because they will feel that they are being respected and honored and not interrupted all the time. These are very small things that you can do in each day, because these are the things that build the muscle, the spiritual muscle. This is what makes you into the warrior. This is what makes you into the one who carries a sword of truth. You learn when to draw it from the scabbard and cut through the illusion. And you also learn when you can leave it in the scabbard, because you do not need anyone's approval. You do not need to believe what someone says. You do not need to interrupt them. And you do not need to call them something because you don't think that what they are saying is correct. You can just listen. Aha, thank you. I hear what you're saying. I will consider it. And you go your way, and your sword sits there. Thank you for sharing. A common phrase these days. Thank you for following your path. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for calling upon us when you have a need, when you have questions. We are always there in your heart, whispering the answers to your questions. It requires of you to still the mind, to still the chatter, to still the figuring out, and stop and listen for that still small voice. We love you. We are here for you. We exist in all dimensions just as you do. We exist in the dimensions of the light. We exist as you might call us, your Star Nation family. We exist as those beings that come to visit you from other worlds, other planets, and other systems, in order to monitor, in order to help, and as often as we are allowed to interfere and interrupt the negative and harmful energetics that are bombarding you and trying to enslave you and trying to harm you with the chemicals and the toxins and the various forms of electromagnetic frequencies, especially the 5G, that is harming all life on this planet. That is the potential demise. Your technology has its sweet moments. And yet, just like sugar, if you have too much of it, even more than just a little bit, it becomes addictive. And anything addictive is not for your highest good, because you are in charge. You are the one who was given the free will to make choices. And it is your choices that determine the nature of your reality. So when you say yes, it is important to honor your word. Not maybe, not, oh, well, I'll try. I'll see if I can. And then you don't show up because you did not make a commitment. It is important. It is important to be steady, to ground, to connect with Mother Earth, and know yourself. We highly recommend that you read our book. When we brought it through, we were called the New Earth Council. It does not matter what we are called. We are the realms of guidance, the masters of wisdom that come through this one to bring you this path. The path of the spiritual warrior is a practical path for each day. And it is foundationed upon taking a breath, letting go, waking up, stopping the rush, the hurry, the stress, and the tension, and doing what your heart tells you to do, following your heart's longing, your heart's desire, and stilling the mind so it becomes an agent for your higher self and your heart to carry you to the next level, the next vibrational level, the next dimensional level, because you are indeed multi-dimensional beings. You are made up of flesh and blood, of dust of the earth, and you are made of divinity, dust of stars. You have to embody both elements in balance, give and receive. And it is so, so important that you love yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop complaining. Stop worrying. Everything you do with purpose, do with intent, do with love. It is not what you do that matters, but how you do it. And so we will take our leave. We love you. We want you to thrive. You are always welcome to connect with us through this one with your questions. We are delighted to answer your questions. And so we will stop the recording and our conversation now, our one-way conversation. And we will bless you and bid you adieu. And when we return, if there are questions, we will answer them, but not in this particular framework of Zoom. We will do that privately. Thank you so much for your presence. We love you. May the living spirit that is in our life come forward. May it bring you peace, deep satisfaction, bring you a sense of ease and grace and equanimity and tranquility. Blessings and peace.